Hello guys, so let's treat telescopic series. So the first question is find the nth term and the sum of the first n terms of the series. Now this is not the normal basic series sequence and series in my previous video. This one now, if you know, for question like this, since the numerator are the same thing, 1, 1, 1, you can only pick the denominator and solve. You can pick the denominator and solve, and once you get your answer, you just say change your answer to 1 over whatever you get. Now, if we were to pick this denominator, if we were to break it down the normal way we used to do sequence and series, it will neither give you an AP or a GP. So there's an approach to it. Just pick each first year, the second year. Now let's treat that first question. We have split it. What is the first here? We have 2, 5, 8. Second is 5, 8, 11. 5, 8, what? 11. So what is the first term here? A equals to 2. What's common difference? 3, right? Our n is unknown. Here, A equals to 5. What's common difference? This minus, that's D equals to 3. Our n is what? Unknown. So let's find our nth term. With Tn equals to what? A plus what? N minus 1 into D. So Tn equals to 2 plus N minus 1 into 3. Tn equals to 2 plus 3, 3n minus 3. So here we have Tn equals to what? 3n minus 1. Right? So this one to give us Tn equals to A, 5 plus N minus 1 into D, 3. So which is 5 plus 3n minus 3. So our Tn equals to 3n plus 2. Now because this n term here represents first. This one represents second. Then we can write the final answer. We know we are only treating the denominator. Then the final answer can be 3n minus 1 to stand for each first, multiplied by 3n plus 2 to stand for each second. And see that if you put n is 1, you will get 2 here. Here you will get 5. If you put n is 2, you will get 5 here. 6 minus 1. This one will give you 8. 6 plus 2. If you put n is 3, you get 8 here. This one will give you 11. So this fits into each denominator. Combine the two together. But because your question is in form of fraction, change it to 1 over. So this is our nth term. Now some of you are familiar with using summation of AP to find nth term. Why am I using Tn and not summation formula? It's because I did not break this thing down. Like, in those one we say T1 equals to this, T2 equals to this plus this. You begin to split it, you begin to cut with addition. But this one I did not break anything down. What did I do? This one is just each term that I was given in the original question. I did not say 2, then to get 5, 2 plus 3 to get 8, 2 plus 3 plus 3. If I did that, then that's when I will be using SN. But this is just like the normal original question. So my nth term is still my normal AP formula. AP. So this is the summation of the first nth term. Do we get? The nth term rather. Now let's find the sum of the first nth term. Now, if you are putting n is 1, n is 2, it will give you this, it will be giving you this back. So if you want to sum the first n terms, you just continue adding. When n is 1, you get this. When n is 2, when n is 3, till you get to probably infinity because you have ... So you continue adding. But how are you going to do it such that you will have a definite answer? So now what you want to do, summation of the first nth term. That is summation as n tends from 1 to n of, what do we get? What's our nth term there? 3n minus 1, 3n plus 2. And that's what we get, right? So now I want to do summation of the first n term. Now note, If you are substituting, that means n is coming from 1 going to n. If you are substituting 1, 2, when n gets to 3, you substitute, it will give you in the form of the question back, whereby you just keep on adding, adding, adding forever. But how do we do such that we are going to get to a good result? Now you have to break this fraction into partial fraction. And how do you do that? 1 over 3n minus 1 into 3n plus 2 is going to give us a over 3n minus 1 plus b over 3n plus 2. So like I want to break this into partial fraction. We are not changing it. Whatever we get, if we work it back, find the LCM, it's going to give us this back. Now, this is not time to be explaining partial fractions. Another topic entirely. We are just borrowing the idea in this to break this down. Nevertheless, whenever we have two denominators like this, linear, you split it. The first one will carry A, the second one will carry B. Are we together? Maybe I will do a video on partial fraction and we'll use various methods to solving it. Now find the LCM of this guy. Is equal to, what's the LCM? 3n minus 1, 3n plus what? Plus 2. And you can only use partial fraction when the denominator, the degree of the denominator is less than, the degree of the numerator is less than the degree of the denominator. 3n in this, you have 3n plus 2 times a. You have a into 3n plus 2. Just pay attention. This is not telescopic series. This is partial fraction. I'm using partial fraction to break this fraction into various parts. So just calm. We are coming back to the telescopic series we are solving. So maybe I'll do a video on partial fraction. For some of you that don't understand, just follow. Let me break it down. Now, this in this, we have this plus times b into 3n minus 1. So this is equal to this, and is equal, that means this is equal to this, right? So if we have two fractions that are equal, that means numerator equals to numerator, denominator equals to denominator. So what's the numerator here? 1. Can conclude that 1 equals to this numerator, a into what? 3n plus what? 2 plus b into what? 3n minus 1. Are we together? So this guy give us, now pick each denominator, equate them to 0. When 3n minus 1 equals to 0, then n give us 1 over 3, right? We have 3n equals to 1. So substitute 1 over 3. We have 1 equals to a into 3, 1 over 3 plus 2 plus b into 3, 1 over 3 minus 1. This guy give you 1 equals to 3 times 1 over 3. That's 1, right? 1 plus 2, 3 times a, 3a. Plus 3 times 1 over 3, that's 1. 1 minus 1 is 0 times b is 0. So 1 equals to 3a. Then we can conclude that a equals to 1 over what? 3. So pick the second denominator, 3n plus 2. When 3n plus 2 equals to 0, you have n equals to minus 2 over what? Over 3. That is 3n equals to minus 2, n is minus 2. Now substitute. 1 equals to a. What's our a? 1 over 3 into 3 into minus 2 over 3 plus 2 plus b into 3 into minus 2 over 3 minus 1. Minus 1. So here we have 1 equals to 1 over 3. This becomes minus 2. I mean minus 2 plus 2 is 0. Plus b into, this become minus 2. Minus 2 minus 1. Minus 3. So at the end of the day, we have 1 equals to minus 3b. Because this returns to 0. That means b equals to what? Minus 1 over 3. So since we said this equals to a over this and b over this, now we've gotten a and we've gotten b. So we can conclude that this is same thing as summation as this goes from 1 to n of what? A over 3n minus 1 And what's our a? 1 over 3. 1 over 3 divided by 3n minus 1 plus b, but our b is negative, and our b is also minus 1 over 3 over what? 3n plus 2. See, b over 3n plus 2. But our b is minus 1 over 3. That's the reason for this minus. So now what is common to both? 1 over 3, right? You can bring out 1 over 3. So this question becomes summation as n tends from 1 to n. Bring out 1 over 3 of what? You have 1 over what? 3n minus 1 minus 1 over what? 3n plus 2. So we've brought out this 1 over 3 at the numerator. So since it's a constant, there is nowhere to substitute n. You can still bring it out. Finally, this becomes 1 over 3 multiplied by summation as n tends from 1 to n of what? 1 over 3n minus 1 minus 1 over 3n plus 2. So now, consider, well, if you are substituting n into this, what you will get is a terms that keeps on going, no cancellation. You keeps on adding till infinity. But now that we've broken it down to this, it's very easier now. Now, let's substitute. This one becomes 1 over 3 multiplied by. Now, when n equals to 1, we are doing summation. N tends from 1 to n. When n equals to 1, what do we get? 1 over 3n minus 1. That's 2, right? Because n is 1. Minus 1 over 3n plus 2. That's 5. Plus, when n equals to 2. When n equals to, what will this guy give us? 1 over 3 times 2, 6 minus 1, 5. Minus what? 1 over 3 times 2, 6 plus 2, 8. Plus, when n equals to 3, what do we have? 1 over 9 minus 1, 8. Minus 1 over 9 plus 2, 11. Plus, I don't want to continue writing everything. So this is what you are doing. You are just substituting n. N is coming from 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 is going to n. Plus dot, dot, dot. Let me skip. Plus, let me move to the third to the last. I should have written the last term direct. When n, as now, n is going to n from 1 to n. This is when it was 1, it was 2, it was 3. I should have written the last one when it is now n, when it has gotten to n. Well, let me start from the third to the last. When n equals to n minus 2, this becomes plus. So here I have 1 over 3n minus 1. That gives me 3. Since n is now n minus 2, minus 1. 3 times n, 3n. 3 times minus 2, minus 6. Times minus 1, minus 7. This one becomes 3n minus 7. Minus 1 over. This is plus 2, Abby. Plus 2. 3 times n, 3n. 3 times minus 2, minus 6 plus 2. That's minus 4. 1 over 3n minus 4. Plus, when n equals to n minus 1, you substitute n minus 1 into n here, you get 1 over 3n minus 4 minus 1 over, if you substitute it here, you substitute n minus 1 here, put it n minus 1, 3 times n minus 1 plus 2, you get 1 over 3n minus 1. Plus, the last one now, when n equals to n, it will give you this one back. 1 over 3n minus 1 minus 1 over 3n plus 2. Sorry. This is a single bracket here. Sorry. Then another bigger bracket. Because we have big one, we are multiplying everything inside by 1 over 3. Now we can see now we have done the summation of this from n equals to 1 to n. Though we skip terms, we can't write everything because there are multiple numbers there. So here we can see that this cancel this, minus 1 over 8 cancel this. If I were to write when n equals to 4, I will have one particular 1 over 11 that will cancel this. I skip terms, but assuming I say let n equals to 4, the first thing here will be 1 over 11. Yes, if you put 4 here, 3 times 4, 12 minus 1, 11. That will cut this one out. Do we get? And that's the term. So, and there is a term before this one that will cancel this. How do I know? If I were to write the term before this, I skip terms. If I were to do for n equals to n minus 3, if I substitute n minus 3 here, I'm going to have 3n minus 7. Should we try it? This is 3n plus 2. 3n minus 3 plus 2. 3 times n, 3n. 3 times minus 3, minus 9 plus 2, minus 7. So if I were to do, this is n minus 2, n minus 1, n. So if I were to do n minus 3, the one before this, I'm going to have 1 over 3n minus 7 minus 1 over 3n minus 7 here. That will cancel this. So this will also cancel this. They are the same thing, but they have opposite sign. This will also cancel this. Everything will cancel out except the first and the last. So that's about telescopic series. So now what do we get? Everything now give us 1 over 3 multiplied by what? 1 over 2 minus the last one here. 1 over what? 3n plus what? Plus 2. So this is our summation of first n terms. But we need a definite answer. So to find a definite answer, since the series tends to infinity, we can see ... So here now we can conclude that we can now find the limit as n goes to infinity. This is your answer. Well, I just want to find a definite answer for it. When my n tends to infinity, I want to find the answer when n tends to infinity. So limit as n tends to infinity of 1 over 3 into 1 over 2 minus 1 over 3n plus 2. So this 1 over 3 is a constant, it can become, so there's no problem. When n goes to infinity, this becomes 1 over 3 into what? 1 over 2 minus 1 over 3 times infinity plus 2 infinity. So this becomes 1 over 3 into 1 over 2 minus 0. So what do we have? 1 over 3 times 1 over 2, that's 1 over 6. So as n tends to infinity, the summation of this series goes to 1 over 6. So that's that for that. Now the second question. The second question on that telescopic series. And another thing you need to know here. Is from this side, if only the first one did not cancel out, then from this side it's only the last one that will remain. So that's that for that. Now the second question, now pay very good attention to this because the first one we did only 2 remain. This one we have about 6 that will be left. Summation as k tends from 1 to n of 1 over k into k plus 3. If you continue substitute 1 to k for k, you have 1 over 1 times 3, 1 over 2 times 5. It will continue giving you what will continue to be expressing. You won't have a definite answer. So that means you need to break this guy down using partial fraction so that once you are substituting your k, something will be cancelling out. So let's break this because using partial fraction. Let's say 1 over k into k plus 3 equals to a over k plus b over k plus 3 equals to, what's the SN? K into k plus 3. K here, k plus 3 times a, k plus 3 a plus this in this k times b, kb. So this one is equal to this because they are both numerator. So 1 equals to k plus 3a plus kb. If you don't know partial fraction, just wait for a video that we do on partial fraction. But learn the telescopic series now. So let's move on. Here we have 1 equals to, now equate these two denominator to 0 when k equals to 0. When k equals to 0, what do you have? 1 equals to 0 plus 3. 3 times a, 3a. This is goes to 0, right? 0 times b is 0. So here you have a equals to 1 over 3. Now when k plus 3 equals to 0, when k plus 3 equals to 0, that means k will give you minus 3, isn't it? You say when k plus 3 equals to 0, k will be equals to minus 3. Now equate minus 3 for k. 1 equals to what? K minus 3 plus 3a plus our k now is minus 3 rather, kb. So here minus 3 and 3 is 0 times a is 0. So we have 1 equals to minus 3b. That means our b equals to what? Minus 1 over 3. So this one becomes summation as k tends from 1 to n of what? If you say this equals to a over k, this is a over k plus b over k plus 3. So what's our a? 1 over 3 divided by k plus, but because b is minus, so this turns to minus. B is minus 1 over 3 divided by k plus 3. So what is common to both sides? Both sides equals to, we have summation as k tends from 1 to n of 1 over 3 into 1 over k minus 1 over k plus 3. Are we together? So now you can extract the 1 over 3. Summation as k tends from 1 to n of what? 1 over k minus 1 over k plus 3. If you want to confirm this higher fraction, find the LCM here. Find the LCM. Then whatever you get, multiply it by 1 over 3. You see that it will be equal to this. You can try it. If you don't get it, that means you made mistake. So find the LCM here. Solve it. Multiply by 1 over 3 is going to give you this. So now let's listen to the telescopic series. Now I bring down 1 over 3 here. So since it's a constant, I also bring it out here. So that's what we are doing now. So now this becomes 1 over 3 multiplied by, now when k equals to 1, we are, it's 1 over 3 multiplied by summation of this as k tends from 1 to n. Now when k equals to 1, 1 over k, that becomes 1 over 1, which is 1, minus 1 over k plus 3. 1 plus 3 is what? 1 over 4. Plus, when k gets to 2, 1 over k, that's 1 over 2, minus 1 over k plus 3. 1 over 2 plus 3, that's 1 over 5. Plus, when k gets to 3, 1 over k, that's 1 over 3, minus 1 over 3 plus 3, that's 1 over 6. Plus, when k gets to 4, 1 over 4, minus 1 over k plus 3, that's 1 over 7. Plus, do you know why the first one I only wrote 3 and I skipped? Do you know why I still write 4? Because if I were to check everything, nothing like this cannot cancel this. They are not the same. So nothing has cancelled out. So if I notice that nothing will cancel out yet, still keep on writing it before you start skipping step. So but when I get here and I notice that 1 over 4 can cancel minus 1 over 4, so I may decide to now skip terms since something has started cancelling out. So I may decide to skip terms. But before then, let me just add one more to just show you, to make everything easier. If you really understand the concept, you may not have to add. So when k equals to 5, we have 1 over k, 1 over 5 minus 1 over k plus 3, 1 over 8 plus dot dot dot, then plus. Now to make it more easier for you, if you write 5 terms here, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. If you now skip all the in-between terms, don't just jump to last term. Though if you understand the concept, you can jump to the last term, no problem. But always make sure that the amount of terms you show in the beginning, show it at the end too. No, we skip many times. So, but to continue, I just want to just say, okay, my k got into n. Let me just substitute n and get the last term. So I want to start. After skipping many things, I want to continue by starting from the fifth, because I wrote fifth first. So I want to start from the fifth to the last. Fifth to the last. That is when k equals to n minus 4. No, n minus 4, n minus 3, n minus 2, n minus 1, n. No, k is going to n minus 4, n minus 3, n minus 2, n minus 1, n. That's 5 number. So that's the fifth to the last. So not n minus 5. If you start with n minus 5, that means you want to write about 6 terms. So when k equals to n minus 4, 1 over k will give you 1 over n minus 4 minus 1 over n minus 4 plus 3, n minus 1. Plus when k equals to n minus 3, what do I have? I have 1 over n minus 3 minus 1 over n. N minus 3 plus 3, 1 over n. Plus when k equals to n minus 2, what do I have? 1 over n minus 2 minus 1 over n plus 1. You put n minus 2 here, plus 3, you get n plus 1. Plus when k equals to n minus 1, I will have 1 over n minus 1 minus 1 over n plus 2. Plus when k equals to n, I will now have 1 over k, that's 1 over n. Then 1 over k plus 3 minus 1 over n plus 3. Do we get? My k is now n, so I put n here, 1 over n minus 1 over n plus 3. So now, maybe I should go back to that first question. Now listen. It's because this one is very easy. That's why I show you the cancellation, but this is the logic. Because there are some that, this is the logic. You check where you have double value to start cancelling out. You know, the first one, it is only one that cancel out. But when you get to the second one, then 2 started cancelling out, have you? So that point at which 2 started cancelling out, are we together? Which is the second one. Then also go to the second to the last. This is the second to the first. That's where 2 started cancelling out. So automatically, second to the last, that's where 2 will also start cancelling out. So everything in between second to the first and second to the last, we cancel out, we go. So everything in between the position at which two numbers started cancelling out, compared to the left and to the right. Compared to the left now, where 2 numbers started cancelling out is the second term. So you also refer to the second term on the end part, which is this first, this second. So this one to 2 is started cancelling out. So everything in between this and this will go. You don't even need to show that 1 over 8 cancel this. Just understand the concept I just said. So since everything will go, what cancel out the second term, right? So also, if somebody is coming from this side, this is number 1, this is number 2. I'm not talking of n is 1, n is 2. This is number 1 thing you will see, this is the number 2. If you're also coming from this side, this is the first one you will see, this is the second one. So if the second one cancel here, the second one will also cancel here. So you have this one left. Now let's come back to this. Now, what we need is where two numbers started cancelling out. So here we see that 1 over 4 minus 1 over 4 cancel 1 over 4, right? So let's continue. Now, listen, pay attention. If I skip many things. Now, if I were to write for k equals to 6, now I'm going to have the next term, the year will be 1 over 6 minus 1 over 9. So if I put 1 over k will be 1 over 6, 6 plus 3, 1 over 9. If I were to write k equals to 7, if I were to show for k equals to 7, the second to the next term here, we start with what? Since I have 1 over k, so if I want to put k equals to 7, what will I have next there? I will have 1 over 7, right? There's 1 over 7 somewhere here for k. I stop at k equals to 5 and I skip. But if I continue till k equals to 7, I don't have all the time to be writing everything out. You can just skip them. But you should know that if you continue till k equals to 7, and because the first thing here is 1 over k, so there's a part here that you have 1 over 7. That 1 over 7 will cancel out this minus 1 over 7. That's just what I want to show you. Now, we are done now. Now, here, now check everything. And don't forget, when k equals to 6, the next term here, after 5, when k is now 6, you will have 1 over 6 first. That 1 over 6, we cancel this minus 1 over 6. Is that clear? So, this 1 over 5, cancel this minus 1 over 5. Can we see that? It's beautiful. Now, the problem now is, it's not even a problem. So, now what you need to know now is that, where do you have 2 to start cancelling out? The first one, only 1 cancel out. This cancel this. The second one, only 1. This cancel this. The third one, only 1. This cancel the first term. If I were to write for k equals to 6, are we together? So only 1, only 1, only 1. So 2 started cancelling out this and this when k equals to 4. When k equals to 4, that's when 2 started cancelling out. When k equals to 4. And that's fourth term. So you also go to the last part. What is, if you are coming from here, what's the fourth term? First, second, third, fourth. 2 will also cancel out. So you assume that since 2 started cancelling out from the fourth term, so also fourth term from the back, that's where 2 will also cancel out. So everything in between, if there is a way I will show you how this will cancel out, but you don't need it. Just get that logic. So everything in between this one and this one we cancel out. Go. Like everything, everything between this dot we go. So now that one is gone. So what do we need to do? Let me come again. Where do you have 2 to start cancel out? This is where 2 started cancel out. This cancel, this also cancel, which is the fourth term. Fourth term from this side. Now go to the fourth term from the other side. First, second, third, fourth. Since 2 started cancelling out here, 2 will also start cancelling out here. And everything in between that, this and this, will go. You don't want to see them, they will also go. So now, let's see what will happen to this remaining one. Now here, if you are coming from here, you will meet 1 first, then this is the second one. The second one go here. The second one go here. It's the second one that goes here. So also be coming from here, this is the first. If you are coming from the back, this is the first, this is the second. The second one will go here. First, second, the second one will go here. First, second, the second one will go here. See, whatever happens to this side is the same thing that will happen to this side. But here you'll be taking this side as if this first, second, third, fourth, or first, second, third, fourth. But here, first, second. So what do you have left there? So everything becomes 1 over 3 into what? 1 plus 1 over 2 plus 1 over 3 minus use your bracket 1 over n plus 1 plus, this is minus, right? But because there is a minus outside down, use bracket, Then this will become plus 1 over n plus 2 plus 1 over n plus 3. So this is your summation of first nth terms. You can simplify further, find LCM, SCM, break it down. But me now, if my n tends to infinity, will I get a definite answer? That's what I want to check. You can simplify this further to just get an expression for sum of nth term, whether n is tending to infinity or not. But if my n is tending to infinity, so I have limit. There are questions in 101 under telescopic series, they will tell you to find it when n tends to infinity. Of 1 over 3 into 1 plus 1 over 2 plus 1 over 3 minus n plus 1 plus 1 over n plus 2 plus 1 over n plus 3. So as n goes to infinity, what do I have? 1 over 3 into 1 plus 1 over 2 plus 1 over 3 minus 1 over infinity plus 1. Because my n is going to infinity, infinity plus 2, infinity plus 3, infinity. So this becomes 1 over 3 into 1 plus 1 over 2 plus 1 over 3 minus 0 plus 0 plus 0 is 0. So that one is gone. So yeah, I have 1 over 3 into, what's the SM? 6. 1 in 6, 6 times 1, 6 plus 2 in 6, 3. 3 times 1, 3. 3 in 6, 2. 2 times 1, 2. So yeah, I have 1 over 3 into 6 plus 3 plus 2, 11 over 6, which gives me what? 11 over 18. So that's the final answer when our n goes to infinity. Thanks for watching. Don't forget to like and subscribe.